Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. Happy 4th of July weekend to those who care. I guess I could say happy 250th birthday to America, but I'm not really supposed to be here. These colonizing people. But we got a day off. So happy 4th of July weekend. Welcome to the channel. We're here to go over The Valley, Season 3, Episode 14. My apologies. I'm a day late and $1 short. However, better get it done late than never. This episode was titled Hips Don't Lie, Season 3, Episode 14. It was a lot that happened, while also not a lot. I am going to be off camera for this review because I am rustling around, getting ready for the day and all of this stuff in the background. But I still wanted to take the time to get the Valley review out there because y'all enjoy it and y'all be watching it. But I want to also encourage everybody, see the links in the description of this video. There's links to James's channel, the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. There's links to a lot of other great creators such as Kiwan J TV, Delightful Dawn, Vibe X. I believe there's also a link to Ms. Courtney Green, aka CEO of High Vibes Candles and Fragrances LLC. I'm also very happy, you guys, because you guys have helped me to be able to apply for monetization. I will know, and I guess YouTube takes like a month if I will be able, or if I was approved for monetization. I have already applied. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to all of you beautiful humans. But let's get into the foolery that's the Valley, y'all, because the Valley is actually on my last nerve. The Valley is making my teeth itch in ways and places and spaces I did not know that my teeth could itch. The Valley is on my last nerve. More so, I'm going to just keep it a buck with y'all. I feel like Lala, Brittany, Michelle, Janet, and her pet Jason, I really do feel like they're bringing down the show. It's so obvious that they have like some sort of ploy or plan to get Nia and Danny off of the show. The problem is, if Nia and Danny leave the show, nobody cares to watch. We were bored of Brittany. She's only good with Jax. Outside of that, we don't care for her. Lala was never really liked or received too well on Vanderpump Rules. Like, Janet just seemed like the devil's child. She even looked like it in the face. And I'm just kind of over it. But we're going to get into it. We start this episode with Janet crying. Janet is crying and hyperventilating and says that the issues with Danny that she keeps bringing up, she says the issues with Danny bring up things that have happened to her that she cannot say on camera. Then get the fuck off camera, Janet. If you can't talk about what is triggering you so much that you are coming for Danny, then shut up. You're in tears, but the only reason that Danny keeps coming up as a topic is because you won't shut up about him. So if you're so triggered by this, then stop bringing it up or don't come around him when he drinks. But I also kind of feel the same way for Danny. If you cannot drink around these people comfortably, then stop freaking drinking around them. Like, it's not hard, but everybody is making these things harder than it has to be. Good morning or good afternoon to you, American born. I'm happy to see you. I hope y'all are off. And those who are at work, I hope you're getting time and a half. I hope you're approved for OT without having to work OT. All of those good things. All of those good things. But while Janet is somewhere in the bushes crying, Jesse mentioned that Janet just runs off when shit gets rough, which is true. You cannot be the bitch that Janet is. Like, I'm a bitch too, but I own it. You cannot be a bitch, mean, make accusations against people, and then be the type to run away. I just feel like she needs to stand there and keep her doggone, have some integrity, Janet. Have some cojones. Like, you started all of this and now you running away crying. Like, them poor little white women tears ain't gonna work here. They're not gonna work. We're tired of it. Hi, Lexi. Good morning. Happy 4th to you. Happy 4th. I'm surprised people are in this live. I was like, ooh, some people are working, some people are not. So I'm happy to see everybody. It is 9 a.m. here in the Bay Area. So if I keep saying good morning, that is why. Good afternoon. You understand. American Boy says, I am so tired of the drinking storyline. AB, say it louder. We are all tired of it. And I think I would be okay if this was like an ongoing storyline, if there were changes to be made. Danny's not really making an effort to change, and Janet's not really making an effort to change. So since nobody's trying to change, we're just talking in circles. And that's why the audience is like drained. Like the comments for the Valley, from big recappers like Giorgio says and Kempire to smaller YouTubers such as myself and Vibe X, like everybody is thoroughly annoyed with the Valley. Okay. What's poppin', Miss Erica? Good morning, Key1JTV. Good afternoon to you. She's not Thuggy and Thugsters. I love it. Y'all, I hope everybody is enjoying your morning. I'm jealous of the rest of America, though, because right now, Carl, aka the fog in San Francisco, has taken over the entire sky. It looks like it's going to rain, but it's not. It's the fog. The sun probably won't come out till 2 o'clock, and the high today is 70. So I'm just kind of jealous of the rest of the country and other parts of California because I'm over here like having to wear a jacket, turn on heat. Don't make no sense. Y'all subscribe to Key1JTV, though. The link to her channel is in the description of this video. I'll be live with her later. The live will be streaming to her channel, my channel, James's channel, Watch Your Best Friends. But still, just subscribe to her. She's very close to 1,000 subscribers. We want to help her get there. We definitely want to help her get there. Key1, I finally was able to apply for monetization. YouTube is currently reviewing my channel, so I got to stay on my P's and Q's, keep my T's crossed and my I's dotted. Oh, I am nervous. Let's see. Danny was an asshole to Nia this week. I feel like he gets belligerent when he's drunk. And I wish that the group would explain it as that versus like him having a drinking problem. Some people drink and they change. I know some people like that. And I don't know. Like, I feel like he's belligerent. Like, for instance, James, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. When I drink with James, and we have gone out, James is a time, y'all, and especially in a karaoke bar, Watch Your Mouth Reviews is a fun time. But when I go out with James, he opens up more. He opens up more. So sometimes like being under the influence can change you. But for Danny, it looks like it does change him for the worse. And I think that he's an asshole with his wife when he's drunk because that's the most comfortable person that he has to be around. But he's not helping his cause. He's not helping his cause. Come get this heat and humidity from me, please. I wish. It's just been cold weather, fog, and earthquakes. Like, I'm not even playing with y'all. I'm over it. The ancestors say there will be no 4th of July celebration. Listen, no shade. I care about the people in this country because I want them to do well. However, I don't give a flying you know what about the 4th of July. I'm just happy for a day off, okay? That'd be me on Columbus Day. That'd be me on Labor Day. I'd just be happy to have a day off with pay. That's all. Yes, this is the link for Key1J's TV's channel, you guys. Please click it. She really is very close to 1,000 subscribers. That is the goal for YouTubers. We want to get her there. She said, OMG, yay, you got this. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you as well. I'm just scared I'm going to get monetized or get demonetized. I don't know why. Because y'all know my mouth is a mess. It is a hot mess. They are already popping them off at night over here. We had to go get Valium for the boy dogs. Have you tried the thunder jackets for anyone who has pets who are afraid of the fireworks, specifically dogs? I remember when I worked at Petco, there was something called a thunder jacket, but essentially you're just wrapping the dog up so they feel cool and calm. It supposedly helps with anxiety. And then if anyone is into essential oils and you have pets, burning lavender and lemongrass, preferably lavender, it calms down our pets. It's almost like weed and helps them calm down. Because y'all know the little animals, they be scared. They hear things louder than us. Yes, I am an animal lover, so my bad. But it is the 4th. Hide your animals. Hide your husbands if they behave like animals. All of those good things. You say we have tried everything. The Valium is the only option. At least you found something that works. I believe Valium's safe for dogs anyway, depending on the dose. So at least you found something that works. So Jesse points out that Janet runs away and cries. And Jesse also made it very clear. He's like, she has no reason to be this upset. Like she's upset at stuff she keeps bringing up, which is true. So production fell for it because Janet's doing the poor little white woman tears. She's hyperventilating. She's acting as if the world has ended. But no one has done anything to this woman but ask her questions about why she continues to publicly come for and disparage Danny's character. It's one thing to say, I don't like dealing with dude when he drink too much, compared to you have an alcohol problem that you're trying to hide and you have SA'd multiple people. There is a difference. And she knows that there is a difference, but she refuses to admit it, which we kind of see for the preview for next week because she's like, I can't apologize to a man. Janet pisses me off with that. She really pisses me off with that. But she's all upset. And I'm like, Janet, why are you upset? As a survivor of SA myself, I take personal offense to the way that this lady be acting because ain't shit happened to you for you to be crying like this. Stop. Don't start shit and then cry when you can't get out of shit, Janet. But production is letting her know, no, we're not putting you in a situation. Trust and believe if Danny was really a danger, production would make it clear. You know, look at Ashley Darby's husband, how production called that out and that was a thing. And then he wasn't really filming. Like, production at Bravo will say something if someone really is like a problem, especially if it borderlines making people uncomfortable. But, you know, Schwartz says that Janet's in pain over somebody else's stuff, which was funny. But I'm like, if something did happen to Janet, like let's say someone else SA'd her, she had an experience in her childhood. You know, I do want to say that even though I don't like her behavior on the show, that could be something that could impact how she reacts to stuff that Danny's doing. But usually people that are victims aren't going to just run up to people going off on them the way that she be doing. Not now back to victim Janet and her sorry tale. She wants to be a victim. You could tell she can't get popularity. She's going to get people to feel sorry for her. But Michelle claims that you guys are making it seem like it's just Janet, but other people are also uncomfortable. Michelle, girl, be quiet. And maybe you need to go train with Rocky or something because you dating Dr. Dre and he has a history. That's all I'm going to say. Allegedly. I have to really watch my behind now. Allegedly. Okay. Michelle got bigger problems talking about everyone's uncomfortable, but Janet is the only one bringing up the discomfort. You can be uncomfortable without bringing up and saying that he SAs people. It's too much. And y'all say one thing and then the next moment y'all are saying different things. So it's hard to understand what the hell is what. It's just difficult. American Boy said they called Bravo out on Twitter for trying to make people feel sorry for Janet. Bravo keeps posting. So I'm more so on Instagram. I'm slowly getting into TikTok. I am in the Facebook groups and stuff, but Instagram's Bravo account or Bravo's Instagram account, they do post in ways that make it seem like we're so entertained by the Valley, and they keep trying to force Janet on people. They know that nobody wants to see her. They know that nobody wants to deal with her. There's always someone on every show that's like really disliked. Like there's a Janet on every show, but I just feel like Bravo's trying to force her on us, and we don't want Janet. We don't have a show with her. She's boring. She doesn't do shit. I'm sorry, and no shade. She's not easy on the eyes. So it's just a culmination of me not wanting to look at this woman no more and her melanin redacted hue. The group later goes to the beach after they all get into it about Janet. I loved it too. Janet tried to stop the show and throw this fit, and production was like, "Yep, you guys are gonna go to the beach." As quiet as it's kept, y'all, you cannot just be topless on the beach in Mexico. But if they see you got some money, they'll turn. They'll turn. Our brown cousins will turn their head to the other side. But these women are naked on the beach, and Michelle and Janet end up telling Kristen once they get back, or telling Brittany that Kristen brought up Brittany's drinking. But what Janet did that was messy. Like she was in tears, but still texting them being messy. They made it seem like Kristen said that Brittany has a drinking problem and also gets inappropriate and SAs people. When Kristen said Brittany, Jesse, Michelle, she said even herself, she said a bunch of different people on the cast have gotten pissed drunk and acted an absolute fool. So why are we only focused on Danny? That is what Kristen said. But of course, Janet goes and paints it as something more than it is. I think Janet was trying to drive a wedge between Kristen and Brittany's friendship because they have known each other the longest. And I just did not like that. Brittany goes, well, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. Bitch, can you cry on the treadmill? Because you had a mommy makeover and you still got a wide neck. I don't understand why botched Brittany is going to cry. She said, Kristen told me I was her number one. Listen, James is my number one, but if he does something wrong, I'm not going to agree with it and I'm not going to defend it. Like, someone could be your number one and your friend without you just blindly defending them. And that's the part that Brittany does not seem to understand. Like, she just doesn't seem to understand it. And I'm like, y'all do just be drunk. Because Brittany, season 1, you wasn't taking your autistic child to his speech therapy or to his RBT because you wanted to drink and get fucked up on this cast. And Jax, who you accused of snorting the Scarface and drinking too much and having a problem, he did get his ass up and get his son there. So I always look at Brittany like, girl, go somewhere. I don't like women like that. Like, just because you have a breakup doesn't mean you have to trash your ex. Just because someone was not good to you doesn't mean they're bad to your child. Like, come on now. What's poppin', Vibe X? Good morning, good afternoon to you. Welcome in. Happy 4th weekend. Shout out to the ancestors. I'm not celebrating. I'm not. Just not. American Board said, and that was gross hearing Janet say how much she loves Michelle. I saw a comment online on Bravo's Instagram page. Someone said, it's interesting how Janet tries to paint Danny out like he's inappropriate, but her explanation and crush and lust after Michelle is highly inappropriate and uncomfortable. That's weird. That's weird. If you are someone that has slept with women and men, I am someone that has done that in my past. Like, that would be weird if, like, I looked at my friend, it was like, she has the perfect body to have her titties out. I just love it. And she's so beautiful. You're my dream. It's fucking weird. I'm glad you brought that up, Vibe, American Born, because it's very, very weird. Very weird. Brittany is finally starting to lose weight now. Good for her. May she get off of our TV screens. Maybe she'll lose some more. I'm so tired of Brittany. So tired of Brittany. But I don't blame her for having that surgery on camera because I'm sure they comped that whole surgery. I'm sure they comped the whole surgery. Good morning, Mrs. AKA. OMG, I came in at the perfect time. Janet is creepy, weird, deranged, and dreadful. But hello, everyone. What? Mrs. AKA. She read her for filter and gave us a polite hello. I hope Coco Chanel is doing okay. I hope Coco Chanel is doing okay. Let me see. Janet, if you're always in the middle of the drama, maybe it's time to ask why. Okay, Vibe. I love how Vibe sums things up in like the simplest way without being rude to anybody. Because I'd be going to call her all sorts of bitches from a rooter to her tutor. But that's the best way to explain it. Like, you're crying, but you're always in the middle of it. Maybe mind your business and sit back and assess your own behavior, Janet, because it's not making sense. It's not making sense. It's just not. Vibe said, Danny and Nia have me stressed. I'm not stressed. I'm rooting for them, but they need to get on the same page. I feel like Danny and Nia are okay off of this show. Like, I think people expect married couples to just be good. There's sometimes in public, my husband and me will bicker toward each other, not to their extent, but I feel like they're okay. I feel like this show is stressing them. I think it was American Born who explained in another live that they have their kids performing. And then Danny, if you guys look at his IMDb, he does voice over roles for a lot of film shows. They don't need the show, but they're here. It's California, though. You can always use the money, y'all, if we being honest. Michelle seeing Jesse move on with Lacey. Phew, that had the sting. Listen, Michelle pulled a Janet and wanted to come for Jesse, wanted people to choose sides, and all this crazy stuff just for her now to be upset that he's dating Lacey, which irritates me. She is over here running the house as usual, making her diaper come on. Coco Chanel, for those who do not know, is Mrs. AKA's dog. She's a star. That's it and that's all, okay? She is a star. Janet is trying to be down by lusting over Michelle. Yep. Janet, you're still a Karen. Fan it. You are only here because you were a fan of the show. It doesn't. Now she is with Dr. Dre. Oh, Lord help us, Lord help us, Lord help us. Just a hot mess express, y'all. Do me a favor to those who are here. If you could consider liking the video, it is a easy and free way to support the channel. It actually does help us. I do appreciate those who like the video. And shout out to our replay gang. Shout out to our replay gang and welcome to our new subscribers. There are some new subscribers that have been commenting on things. I see y'all. I appreciate it. Nice to meet y'all and Thug Life, the thuggest of lives. She said, let's hope that he don't knock her head between the washer and dryer. Not the I know I should laugh. It's just how you said it. Oh, Lord. She better hope. She better hope. Karma might come right back onto her. Y'all was crying about Jessie when it's somebody else she might need to be worried about. That's all we saying. Now, in the room, Nia and Danny are talking about what happened. She's telling Danny about all the conversation. And Danny is like, it doesn't make sense that them being uncomfortable is still a problem when they just told me. Danny said they just told me that they have no issue with me drinking and the drink as much as I want, which is true. Like, y'all cannot say that to him and then complain. But the only reason they complained after saying that is because of Janet's bitch ass. My Lord, my word, my word, my Lord. She's just a lot. I feel bad for anyone that went to school with Janet. And notice people like Janet always make the excuse of, I was bullied in school. Most people that was bullied in school don't grow up to bully other people. Just want y'all to know that. I was bullied in school. I learned how to fight. Start fighting bullies when they fucked with me. They left me alone, but I didn't bully no one else. Like, either, like, I hate when people use this excuse because it never makes sense and it never applies. The group gets on a party bus because it is now Zach's birthday. And I'm thinking it's going to be a good night because, you know, it's Zach's birthday. Now, on the bus, we learned that the theme is a hoe era. I guess Zach wants to have a hoe era as a theme because he says he's in his hoe era, even though he's on vacation with his little pet boy, Benji. And Benji just be looking so confused, like in every scene. Benji just always looks confused. And I'm like, Benji, is that why your citizenship's not figuring out what is going on, Benji? Because Benji just be looking around in silence. But on the bus, Jesse has a talk with Brittany and mentions Brittany's yelling and questioning of Jesse introducing Lacey to Isabella. Because Brittany and Jesse have been having problems. He don't fuck with her. Brittany doesn't like that Jesse keeps reminding people that Jax did have a plan as it related to taking down Danny on the show. Brittany doesn't like that that keeps coming up, in my opinion, because if your husband was up to it, you had to know something about it. There's nothing my man does that I don't know about, so I don't understand how she would not know what is going on. So, you know, Jesse explains his position, and, you know, Lacey kind of checked Jesse for having issues with everybody, but then she says in the confessional, and this is why I think Lacey's a little fake. How is it that in front of your man, you're like, nah, you need to do this. Brittany's right. But then in the confessional, I never said Jesse was wrong. It's just his delivery. Girl, bye. You just want to be on TV. Jesse, dump her. Please dump her, Jesse. Please dump her. Because if she agrees with you, then why is she making you apologize? The problem with a lot of women is they think that because we're women, that men just can't address us or give us constructive criticism at all. They can. It's the delivery. Jesse wasn't rude explaining his points to Brittany. And I find it weird that Lacey is like, I think you're lovely, after hearing that your man has a beef with Brittany for literally defending you. Like, Lacey, these women do not like you at all. They were willing to side with Michelle. So I just kind of feel like if you with your man, defend your man a little bit. Didn't understand that. And Jesse is not wrong about anything he said about Britt, because Brittany, why the fuck are you involved in having an opinion on who sees his child, who he introduces his child to? If he's an involved father, he has every right, just like Michelle does. So I don't understand the double standard. I think Brittany's just mad that not every man was as raggedy as Jax. And I don't feel sorry for her with Jax, because honestly, she knows what she is doing. But on the top of the bus, Zach is hitting the head with something. Like, it looked like a street light. Listen, if you are on top of a double-decker bus with no roof, driving through streets, common sense would tell you to sit down if you are like 6 foot something like Zach. I'm glad he's okay. He's going to have to see a medic. He did send the rest of the group to party, but this is why they tell you to sit down on double-decker buses, y'all. This is exactly why. This is exactly why. Now, before we go further, let me get the comments. I missed a lot. Mrs. AKA said, I was bullied too. I'm 4 foot tall, or 4'10" tall, then a half. I started to fight for fun. You got, I mean, hell, being 4'10", you needed to. You needed the practice, child. You needed the practice, not 4'10" and a half. It's okay, Mrs. AKA. She said I'm vertically challenged. That's okay. That is all right, but at least you ain't no punk. Benji looks just like Benji's lost puppy, just out of place. He did. Benji was just looking around over his shoulders. He was holding the bag. Danny knows better than to drink with their friends. He better stop. He better stop. Not take him out at the knees. Y'all ain't right. Brittany convinced me with that. You could not tell me she wasn't in on it. Brittany is just as bad as Jax, in my opinion. She's just a little more responsible because she'll put her kid over the partying. Brittany was down for it because they weren't talking about them. Yep. Why would Benji talk about immigration issues on the show? Listen, Benji hasn't. It's Zach that keep bringing it up. And honestly, with this administration, you would want to, I wouldn't let nobody know. Especially if you're filming a show in California, very diverse state. They may just assume he's a citizen, but I think that's a risky thing to do, Lexi. I do. Absolutely do. Lacey was the only one who answered back to Jesse. Remember, Michelle told him. That's true. I was on the Lacey bandwagon, but I think I'm falling off. She seems like she really just wants to be on TV. It doesn't seem like Lacey likes Jesse. And I'm looking for ways to see it. And that's why I'm kind of weirded out about Michelle, like feeling a way about Jesse giving Lacey so much affection. Because I'm like, she don't even like him. Girl, what you jealous for? She don't even like him. She did try a bunch of times to get on Orange County. And I think since she couldn't get on Orange County, she's like, let me come here and at least get in the Bravo world. That's my whole point, American Born. When I saw that, I said, oh no, I could see right through her. Yeah, that's a lot of time. 18 times? Like, girl, you really wanted to be on TV. Oops, upside your head. I'm glad Zach is okay, but glad it shut him up for a while. AB! AB says, Zach, please, you're talking too much. You are talking too much. Vibe said from Twitter, I feel like the producers of The Valley are really trying to make the viewers sympathetic to Janet. Very good job, guys. I hate her even more now. We were just talking about that, though. It does seem like production is trying to get people to feel sorry for her, especially how they addressed her when she was crying. They were like, yeah, well, we're on your, I'm like, on her side with what? Like, that was weird. Just weird. Zach can't even celebrate his birthday without chaos following him. I hope he's doing okay after that ER trip. Listen, depending on where you're at in Mexico, the healthcare, depending on where you at, I hope they was somewhere great. Nobody is sympathetic, y'all. That's because y'all have good discernment. You could tell she barely tolerates him. Benji is going to get taken away by ICE on camera. Not you, better lay low. Shout out to Whitney. Shout out to the great Whitney. R.I.P. But yeah, I keep thinking about that. Because as quiet as it's kept, like, yeah, ICE has different laws here in California because we're a very, like, immigrant supportive state, considering that our state used to be Mexico. A lot of the streets in the Bay Area are named after Native American culture, previous tribes and things like that. Like, California's very diverse. So, but ICE will still come up in here and snatch you up. So hopefully he lays low. She don't like that man, Lexi. She does not like that man worth a damn. She just doesn't. I'm sorry, but I did not see one tear. All that hyperventilating or fake ventilating. Not fake ventilating. I cannot. Nobody like Janet. Honestly, I think someone commented that earlier. The more production and the show tries to get people to feel sorry for Janet, the less that people are going to feel sorry for her and we're going to dislike her. Like, I think Jasmine said it best. It gives Karen. Now, y'all, Danny and Nia arrived to this party and Immediately Brittany's acting all upset. And I'm like, what the fuck is the problem? And Brittany's upset because she doesn't like that Kristen's defending them. Brittany, Kristen would defend you too, baby, if you did something right. She would. When you were going through it with Jax, Kristen was there for you. Meanwhile, when Kristen was having beef with Michelle, season 1, Brittany didn't support her at all. When Kristen had beef, season 2, with Janet, Brittany didn't support her at all. So it's interesting that Brittany wants all this support from Kristen, but can't give not a lick of support back. It's interesting that Brittany wants to, as she says, have a good relationship with Nia and Danny, but she keep making shit difficult and gets mad. I personally, and I could be reaching y'all, I think Brittany is jealous of Nia and Danny because they have all that she wanted. Multiple kids, marriage, kids in the industry, making good money, California dream. Brittany just a girl from Kentucky making her state look bad with a hope, a prayer, and a dream, and some racist tendencies. But I'm going to digress on that area. Now, and Brittany, I'd also like to remind you, if Nia and Danny leave this show, you guys have no show. We don't like you enough. We just don't. Now, Nia tells Danny in the club this time, which I was actually glad to see her do, even though she shouldn't have to do it. But she told Danny to control himself with the drinking. She was like, we don't need to give these people a reason to say that they were uncomfortable. And I was actually hollering because Danny was so upset that Nia was like, I don't want you to be, thrusting your hips around, doing your stripper moves. Danny was like, the only moves I know are the ones where my hips move. I said, oh, Lord. This man went to Lala, his enemy, and complained. He complained to Jasmine. He complained to Luke. He was so upset that he couldn't shake his little tail feather. And he pretty much kind of snapped to Luke a little bit. He was like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And I don't blame him for being sick of it because he just wants to have fun. But I'm the type of person where drunk, sober, any of that, I don't want to have fun depending on who's around. If you're the type of person that's going to give me problems or make crazy rumors about me that could end my career, I don't want to have fun when I'm around you. There's no need for it. But Danny goes up to Nia, low-key spiraling. He's like, I don't care. I'm going to move my hips. These hips don't lie. I said, oh, Lord, somebody help him. Somebody help him. He goes up and starts dancing with the little Mexican strippers up there. He did drop it low. He dropped it low and spread it wide and then held it. I said, oh, okay, Danny, so you really wanted to have a moment for a reason, but I just can't. The way Danny acts when he's drunk makes no sense. It makes no sense. So later on the way home, Danny's belligerent in the car. They're trying to move around. For those who have never been to Mexico, the AC in cars in Mexico is not like the AC here in America, okay? Unless you're in like one of the all-inclusives or have an amazing Airbnb, like AC and Wi-Fi, depending on where you're at in Mexico, can be few and far between. So the fact that they all got stuffed in the car having to go back together, I was like, this is going to be a problem. Danny was in the back of there. He didn't want to move. He put his feet on top of Nia. He was talking to her a little bit crazy again, but the episode did end. It looked like next week it's going to get even more heightened. It looks like there's going to be some issues with Janet, per usual. Brittany. It looks like Nia and Danny are going to have issues with some people. And I'm just curious at one point, if the cast, especially the people like Brittany, Michelle, and them, if y'all want to be fan favorites and get so easily jealous, then why don't y'all listen to the fans and stop attacking this man? And Lala, you just got here. Stop with the black scent. I'm sick of it. Somebody send Lauren back to Utah. Y'all remember when she was like, send it to Daryl. Can we send her to Utah? Okay, y'all take this bitch back. We do not want her. We just don't. Let me get through the comments before we end this live. Lord. Mrs. AKA, they will haul Benji off camera and Bravo will hype it for ratings. Alexi, that's actually a good point and something that is actually very possible. And I can see Bravo doing it. I mean, they filmed that stuff with Jen Shaw. We watched Teresa and Joe. I mean, Bravo doesn't care. But honestly, maybe Benji don't either. I was on another live and they said ICE was in Alabama right now. ICE is out. Like all the time. ICE is in California out. We got hootie hoo calls and stuff that they don't have a way to know about, where we literally be warning each other neighborhood to neighborhood. It's actually a beautiful thing here in the Bay Area, from San Jose to Oakland to Danville to Vallejo. People get that hootie hoo call out when ICE is near. That's unfortunate. You know, I get the legal part, but I think there's a responsible and respectful and ethical way um, to enforce the law, and they definitely don't do it. I can't stand them. And they like to follow me when I was working in San Francisco, because I do look very African. They like to follow me and would ask me, "Do you have ID? Can you prove that you were born here?" The fuck, I'm supposed to be walking around with my birth certificate? Arrest me if you want. You're gonna feel stupid afterward. Yeah, ICE do too much. Yeah, I believe they're heavy in the Detroit. It seems like they're heavy in areas and cities where, you know, people are diverse. Probably Detroit, Seattle, Bay Area, LA, New York City, anywhere, Kansas City. Hell, I mean, they could be everywhere. Brittany pissed me off with that. I'm gonna cry in her southern. I'm gonna cry, bitch. We don't care. We don't care. Go away, Brittany. Janet and Kristen are never beating the professional pot stirrer allegations, especially Janet. Especially Janet. Danny really thinks he's Magic Mike. He was up there hitting it. I said, okay. All right, Danny. Okay, Daniel. Lord help us. He's funny. I did laugh at I think there was a scene where Lala called him like a Peter something lookalike. She did get him with that. Not Miss Kentucky Muffin can go. There are not the best representations of people from Kentucky on TV right now. I am so sorry, AB. American Born is in Kentucky. And American Born, I feel like I do lives in a week and I get a couple of comments from American Born where AB is just like, it's not like that here. Like, people just, Brittany is making Kentucky look crazy. Danny is barely 5 foot tall, having a temper tantrum like a toddler. Men like that always find wives. I'm trying to tell you. Nobody cares for Lala. The black scent act, yeah. Nobody cares for Lala. Lacey didn't even have to say much. Her presence alone had everyone talking. That is true. That is very true. That is very true. Not Karen Huger from Potomac. Oh, Lord. I am not looking forward to Potomac. I saw that they're on a cast trip and regular Robin was there. I said, so I have to deal with Karen, Robin, and Giselle and Ashley. I feel like Giselle should have left. I don't feel like Karen should be there. I don't like Robin. And Ashley's forehead, I can't look at it anymore without getting a migraine. So I don't know what I'm going to do for Potomac. But we cover Potomac on James's channel, you guys. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. American Born. And then when she had the scar in her head, it pisses me off. These heifers will work the most inner ghetto part of my nerve. Not the most inner ghetto. Lord help us. Kiwan meant that shit. New York City. She says she's so serious. We know. We know, Kiwan. We have a very county in Mexican concentration. I believe it. Listen, there's a bunch of states in America that used to belong to Mexico. So, of course, there's lots of them here. Like, really, we should leave them alone. Now, why don't y'all go arrest the illegal Russian immigrants or the illegal white South African immigrants? Arrest them. Don't arrest the people whose country this used to belong to. I'm just saying. Stupid. More like toddler bite. I went to Kentucky State and they do not act like her. I have a colleague at my new job who is from Kentucky who just seems so sweet. I've met some people from Kentucky. My mother went to high school for like 6 months, she says, in Kentucky. Seems like the people there be solid. But everywhere has their crazies. You know, everyone has their crazies. Like, not everyone in the Bay Area is shaking dreadlocks and going hyphy, going dumb. You know, it's just one of those things. Not Karen needs to continue detox. You got to stop drinking the detox, though, Miss AKA. I don't think Karen ever stopped drinking. I think she just going to get clever and find ways to keep drinking. I'm mad I missed the beginning of the review, but this was so amazing. No worries. No worries, y'all. I appreciate anybody for joining. Watch Karen will be making amends this season. She going to piss me off if she play with that. She gonna piss me off if she plays with that, because there are actual people who are really trying to make amends and genuinely trying to get sober. Lord. American Born, we will see probably. So it's part of the 12-step program, but I forgot she's not doing that. She claimed she was doing it. Some people will work the 12-step program without actually going to the meetings or seeing a whatchamacallit, but you know, we'll see. Karen ain't doing none of that. My mother went to school in, I think it's like Lexington somewhere. I have to ask her the name of the high school because I don't know. I wouldn't know. I just would not know. She went to hella high school. She had an interesting childhood. Yes, we will get a Karen's redemption arc. Maybe. We don't know what Karen gonna give us, but I do hear her, as Kiwana saying, telling Robin to shut up. Because that's one thing Karen will do is read regular Robin for filth, and I'm here for it. I am here for it. Lexington, Kentucky. Oh, wow, it's not far from you. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Y'all, that is it for today. I'll be live again later on in the afternoon with Kiwan JTV and James from Watch Your Mouth Reviews. We're just going to discuss some hot topics and play a game. Nothing too difficult. We'll also go over the highlights of the BET Awards. If anyone wants to join any of the creators here, let me know. I will happily send a link around 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have our third review out also today for $1 Million Nannies. Other than that, love and light to everybody. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thug life. Happy 4th. And I will see you later on today. Au revoir.